Greetings, 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 royal family. Thanks for clicking on the video. I know that you guys have probably heard this upside down, inside out, this Red Table Talk episode. This was a good one. This is probably the third Red Table Talk episode that I've seen, and I was very interested. So Jada Pinkett Smith, she reveals that she had a relationship with August Alsina while she and Will were separated. Look at this beautiful couple, right? This is black royalty, black Hollywood royalty, right? So how do we go from this to this? Entanglement. Let me tell you something. I was laughing the entire 12 minutes, and then afterwards I felt bad because Will's face, he looked like he was really pissed. So Jada says that she had an entanglement with Aug, aka August Alsina, while she and Will were going through a temporary separation. So she decided, or she dedicated, I should say, an entire 12-minute episode of her show, Red Table Talk, to discuss the allegations that August Alsina made when he sat down for an interview with Angela Yee recently. I did do a slight review. Thank you for those who watched that in its entirety. If you haven't, check it out. So she was joined on this episode by her husband. Can we call Will her husband still? Anyway, I mean, legally they are, but you guys know what I mean. So she was joined by Will Smith. He seemed like he was not here for the red table foolishness. Is it just me? Am I the only one that noticed that? His body language was quite telling, to me at least. He looked very uncomfortable. He adjusted his chair. Will Smith, he said, one of the reasons that I wanted to come to the table, the media, the headlines, we specifically never said anything. This is Will saying this in the beginning of the episode. We were purposely never saying anything. We specifically never said anything. Coming to the table, we just felt like it got to the point where you got to say something. What I got from that, what I got from Will saying that is that Jada needs to clear this ish up since she was the one that decided to enter an entanglement with August Alsina. Okay? Now, I'm not defending August Alsina or anything. I will go into my commentary about him, even though I did a whole video about it, but I'm pretty sure some of you have not seen it. So when August, he sat down with Angela Yee, right, he did take responsibility for the role that he played in their relationship. He said it. He also mentioned that he was the one who ended the relationship between them. Let's keep that in mind. He also said that he loved Will Smith and Jada, the Smith family. They're beautiful people. He loves them. You know, he doesn't want to come across as looking like a home wrecker because that's not the case. Jada confirmed that. She said she understands, you know, him not wanting to be coming across to the public as a home wrecker because he's not. So she did admit that, right? So what was Jada not able to, why was Jada, I should say, not able to take responsibility for her part in this? Because when August Alsina sat down, he says he takes full responsibility for the part that he played entering into a relationship with a woman that he knows is married. He thought it was all good because he said he sat down with Will and he got his blessing. He did not say that he got Will's blessing to sleep with Jada. We still don't know if they slept together. She danced around that. He didn't mention it. We can only assume. So my thing is, why was Jada not able to take responsibility for her part in this? She gave reasons that, you know, she wanted to feel good. You know, after Will asked a great question, Will said to her, what were you looking for in your relationship with August? First of all, she said she entered into an entanglement. And Will is just like, what do you mean, Jada? What's that? Anyway, Jada says, it's a situation that I consider private. This is a very personal journey that became very public. 4.5 years ago, I started a friendship with August, and we actually became really, really good friends. She continues, this is Jada, and it all started with him just needing some help. Me wanting to help his health, his mental state. Now, was it private, Miss Jada, when you were parading August on red carpets and on family vacations? I'm asking for a friend. You know, you talked about your vaginal rejuvenation and tightening things up before on Red Table Talk. Those things seem private to me, but this is very private. Are you basically trying to say you wanted to keep this on the hush hush and it got out because you know that Big Papa Will wouldn't want this to get out because of the brand, the Smith brand? I'm just asking for a friend. Jada said that she has the need to want to quote unquote fix people. And when August came to the Smith family, he was very sick and she assisted him with getting like medical help, etc. Yada, yada, right? So when she said that she wanted to feel good, right? Now, I personally, my opinion, disclaimer, my opinion, I didn't automatically think that she meant that she wanted sexual gratification from Will. To me, it seemed like because she was unhappy in her marriage, she said this, and not feeling loved, needed, or appreciated, she decided to help August in order to make herself feel good. That's what I got from it. I could be totally wrong, but again, this is my opinion. Now, I get that. You know, she may be an empath, or she may be very controlling, like really, really controlling. Things have to go her way, and she could be the type of woman that feels exalted because she's doing something for someone who's in need to satisfy her own ego. You know what I mean? She needs to be needed in a nutshell. That's basically what I mean. So Jada goes on to say the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health. We found all these different resources to help pull him through. And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time. She was talking to Will. Will Smith replies, I was done with your ASS. Then she tries to keep it cute and clean it up. She says, we broke up. We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time. She's talking about Will. So she tried to clarify. Will said, I was done with your bleep. And his body language was just like, yeah, because I'm still done with you. Entanglement. And then Will says, and then what did you do, Jada? This is what Will asks. Like, in other words, come clean, because I'm taking a lot of flack. Now people going to start looking into who I'm messing with, because now it's out that we kind of have an open relationship and I don't need that smoke or that heat, you know? So you need to clear this up. And then what did you do, Jada? That's his tone. Jada answers, from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. I'm like, what did she just say, entanglement? One thing I want to clean up, this is Jada, about you giving permission, which is, and she stopped. She said, the only person that can give permission in that circumstance is myself. You know, she tried to say it with a little sass. She goes on to say, but what August probably was trying to say or trying to communicate, because I could see how he could see it as permission because we were separated amicably. And I think he wanted to make it clear he's not a homewrecker, because he's not. I'm so glad that she vindicated August Alsina, because when he did that interview, first of all, there was a short portion where he talked about Jada because he was asked, right? And then the rest of the interview was about, you know, his personal journey and his growth and things like that, and which was all around a great interview. But of course, you know, the most salacious part gets highlighted. He was asked, and everyone was calling him all types of liars. And, you know, some people believed him, some people didn't. So Will asked Jada to clarify what she meant by entanglement, to which she said, yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. Don't hit me with the absolutely, Jada, because if it was absolutely, you wouldn't have used the word entanglement. You would have said relationship. You know, Jada also goes on to say that she didn't view her relationship with August as a transgression at all. Yeah, the viewing public could disagree. You are married, a spiritual union, a legal union, and even though people choose to have open marriages, solely their choice, but a lot of people believe that marriage is a covenant between man, woman, and God, right? So when she says that she doesn't see this as a transgression at all, of course, people are going to have their opinions. What I had hoped for when she said that, I was hoping that Will would speak up. You know, it would have been great to hear if Will thought it was a transgression or not. You understand what I'm saying? Being that she is in a marriage, quote unquote, or life partnership, whatever they define it as now, with Will. There are many reasons why she probably didn't see this as a transgression, in my opinion. One of them being that she was being temporarily satisfied. You know, she was getting what she wanted. Like she said, she wanted to feel good. So whether that was physically, emotionally, or whatever, she was being gratified. She was being satisfied temporarily. So of course she's not going to see it as a she says she still doesn't see it as a transgression. Or it could be because her and Will were both separated. So it's like, these are the terms that we have. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. But again, in that moment when she said that, I really wish that I would have, that Will would have said something. I would have loved to hear if Will felt that it was a transgression or not. That would have been interesting. So Jada goes on to say, through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity, emotional insecurity, and I was really able to do some really deep healing. Of course, always with the healing and this is when it was fluff, and this was just filler to me, just trying to, you know, fill in the episode. Anyway, she goes on to continue, and as I came through and started to realize certain things about you and I, she's referring to Will, he decided to break all communication with me. She's talking about Alcina, which was totally understandable. And I let that be and hadn't talked to him since. So it is a little weird that all this stuff is coming out now, since this was several years ago. Will said, for me, this was years ago. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people say, why is he coming out now? He's doing it to sell albums, probably. But I feel that there's no limit on when someone can share something that affected them, right? He sat down for an interview. He was asked, this is August I'm talking about. He was asked about his relationship with Jada. So he answered and shared his experience. Why does he have to keep quiet? Oh, I know, Jada. Because Will got on your behind about this messing with the brand. It sounds to me like Jada is slightly embarrassed. Because if my memory serves me correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, she denied in the past there being anything going on with August, right? Let me know. So it seems to me that Will and Jada, I guess, they said that they were able to repair their relationship, with Jada saying, we have really gotten to that new place of unconditional love. Okay. Will mentioned going through hell and fire. Then they said, we ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life, yada, yada. I do not subscribe to this whole notion of struggle love. I think it's bogus. And it seems that only the woman in the relationship is supposed to go through hell and high water and stand by her man. In most cases, maybe not necessarily this case, but in most cases. What is it that Jada did, I want to know, that breached her and Will's agreement, right? Because Jada and Will sat at the same table when Jada said that there is no divorce. She's not doing divorce. She said even if it means that they have to be at the opposite ends of their house with other people, and Will nodded in agreement, right? Y'all remember that? So when Will said, I was done with your ASS, right? Prior to August Alsina entering the scene, right? When their marriage, they separated, they decided to break up or whatever. What was it that made Will say that he was done? We may never find this out, but it would give us a lot of insight, right? What is it that Jada did where he said he was done with her? Is it when she was talking about Tupac being the love of her life? Is that it? Like, what was it? I wonder. Anyway, so I think, though, as overall, as far as this is concerned, I think that Will made her sit at that table. I don't know if he was crying before he filmed or he indulged in the finest greenery, but his eyes were red and he did look uncomfortable, annoyed, and pissed at the same time, like just judging by his body language. Yeah. He's an actor, right? So he's able to laugh on cue and you know, make jokes and laugh at the end. But I don't know. He did not look very happy. He was very supportive, and he says that, you know, he can stand by her in like by anything and say that's my baby and I'm gonna support her. I don't doubt for 1 second that he loves her. I think that he definitely is over the marriage. Because Lord only knows the things that they have endured. I mean, we don't have to know, right? But Will was keeping it really real, and I think that this was his golden opportunity to give Jada what she oftentimes gives other people at that red table. Because when he said, "What do you mean by that, Jada? So what did you do, Jada?" Like, he was like, "Spit it out." You know, I oftentimes say, I have said many times in my commentary about things like this, right? That relationships, regardless of the nature of the relationship, they always serve some purpose. So it seems that Will might have wanted to get a divorce, but Jada was not having it, right? And to me, this just seems toxic as hell, right? I don't care what y'all say about business dealings and them being the Hollywood model of the black family. Depends on who you ask. Why do people hold on to what they know is destructive? What about the kids seeing this play out in the media, right? August was Jaden's friend initially, wasn't he? So I wonder what's the nature of their relationship now, if there even is a relationship between Jaden and August. Child, I tell you, some people will kill themselves to hold on to an appearance because they need something or someone to define their their existence. Jada has said herself that she is too emotionally immature to go through a divorce. She said it. She said that on Red Table Talk. And I feel like that's your problem, sis. That doesn't mean that you like, so that means that you want to hold someone hostage because of your inability to grow the hell up. Girl, bye. If Jada was a man, I would have this same commentary. Will looked miserable. He looked trapped. He did not look like this was good. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the info that August disclosed in his secret interview, not secret, why do I keep saying secret? His recent interview, the one that he did with Angela Yee, I wouldn't be surprised if that info that August gave was information that Will heard for the first time. I wouldn't be surprised because if y'all have an open marriage, right? What is it that Jada did for Will to be done with her ass? Will made her park her behind at that red table and explain herself. That is my opinion. I could just feel Gammy's facial expressions right now. She probably in the back watching this, rolling her eyes at the red table. Well, listen, best of luck to the Smith family as well as August Alsina. Let me know what you guys think. Again, what I express are my opinions. You ain't got to agree with it. Doesn't matter. The Smiths could care less about what I'm saying and what y'all say in the commentary in the comment section. So let's just keep that in mind. I'm not going for bat for anybody that I don't know, and I halfway go to bat for people that I do know, because unless I'm around you, I ain't trusting what you're saying unless I see it with my own 4 eyes. So Royal Family, get down in the comments, like the video if you liked it. Be sure to drop your respectful comments, please. Let's have a good dialogue. Let's keep it lighthearted. We can have a little bit of fun. But honey, this whole entanglement, I am not here for it. Will was not having it. He looked ticked off. Look at his face. Let me know what you think, Royal Family. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to start using the word entanglement because it's trending. So why the hell not? Until next time, folks. Peace.